Hey everyone, this is Pastor Tom here, and I am really looking forward to being able to worship with you all together. We aren't able to gather in person, but we are going to continue worshiping. Church is not canceled. And so I'm excited to share with you some new ways that we're going to be doing that through a stream. A couple of changes that we're doing this week now that I am going to be staying in this room right here, our spare bedroom, and I'm going to be connecting with you. So there are a few different ways that you are able to engage in worship with us. The first one, and this was the one we're going to recommend, is through a service called Zoom. Now, Zoom is a business online meeting and webinar tool, and we're going to be using this for worship. We're going to be streaming the service through there, and you're able to join the webinar, and it will allow for some interaction between people. I know some of you the last couple of weeks have wondered, hey, who else is watching? How can we interact with one another? Zoom is going to give us the ability to do that, as well as to even share prayer requests live using your voice. You'll be able to raise your hand, and then I'll be able to pull your voice in, and you'll be able to share with us live in service. So this is the first way you can join our service. This will only be available live. Sunday at 10 is when our service is. The link to join the Zoom stream of the service is going to be available on our website, vergenneschurch.com/live. So the first way is through Zoom. The second way, we're excited about this. If you are not sure about accessing it online, or if you're someone who wouldn't be able to stream, or maybe you know someone in our church who doesn't have internet access, people can call in and listen to the audio of our live stream through their phone. So there's a phone number to call, and once you call that number, it will ask for the number for the meeting. And there's a meeting number that goes with that. There are details about how to do that in the email that is going to be sent out along with this video. So check for an email from me to learn about that. The third way is going to be through YouTube Live, and this is how we've done it before. So if you got the last 2 weeks down and you don't want to learn any new tech, you are able to continue doing what you've been doing. The downside of that, there won't be as much interaction that you'll be able to have, because all the interaction is going to happen in the Zoom call, but you are able to watch the service. It's also easier to put it on a bigger screen through YouTube. The other thing is through YouTube Live, you would be able to pause and then hit play and kind of resume if you just absolutely had to take a break, if something that came up with the family, whatever else. You are able to get to that through our website as well, vergenneschurch.com/live. You'll be able to find the link to the YouTube page, or it actually shows up right there. The last way that you'll be able to watch the service, you can stream it live right through our Facebook page. So Zoom allows us to send it to both YouTube and Facebook. So there's all different kinds of ways that you'll be able to access our service. The nice thing as well is that both YouTube and Facebook will keep recordings of the service to be available afterwards. So if you're just not able to do Sunday morning, or if something isn't quite working during the live stream but you want to catch up with it later, you will still be able to do that. So those are the 4 ways that you'll be able to join us for service. I hope you'll utilize at least one of them and will join us to worship together. We are going to continue to gather even if we're not gathering in person. So at the end of this video, I'm going to give just a few more further instructions about how to access Zoom, since this one is the newest for us, to kind of walk through some of the steps of what that looks like, so it isn't a complete mystery in the morning. But before I do that, I wanted to share a request that I have of you, as well as some advice for us as we are doing online worship. The first one is a request. I'm wondering if you could send me a picture of you and your family. I have found it difficult the last 2 Sundays to try to preach while not being able to see all of you. It's strange. I'm holding you in mind. I'm trying to picture you, but to not have you in front of me and just looking into a camera, it's a little different than what we normally have. And so what would help me is if I would be able to see many of you. And so what I want to do is have you guys send me pictures of you and your family. It could be an old picture. It could be just a real quick selfie. Whatever it is that you can take, if you could send that to me, I'm going to put them on the wall behind the camera here so that I'll be looking at you all through the camera, and then I'll be able to look up at my wall and see pictures of you. to remember who it is that I am talking to as I'm trying to share the word God has given me to all of you. So that's going to help me. We might even see if we can make that available for other folks in the church to have those pictures. We'll see about that. But for now, just if you'd be willing to send me a picture of your family, that would really help me. You can email it to me, might be the simplest way. And that email address is tom@vergenneschurch.com. tom@vergenneschurch.com. So that's the request I have. The other thing are some advice for us as we are doing online worship. We're not gathering in person, so how do we enter into this, and how do we do so in getting us into the spirit of worship? So I'm pulling this from something we actually shared from our Facebook page a day or two ago. But a couple of the things to keep in mind, I want to encourage you, get out of bed and get dressed. I know the temptation is going to be to get nice and cozy and to stay in bed and to be able to stream the service this way. But one of the things we know about ourselves as human beings is that our bodies often guide and direct our spirits. You notice there's the tradition that we have of folding our hands when we pray, or maybe you've had the experience of kneeling in prayer. That physical position alerts your mind and your spirit as to what it is you are entering into. And so if we want to enter into worship, I'm going to encourage you to put your body in a posture that will help you enter into worship. So get out of bed. Get dressed as if you were going to church on Sunday morning. I want you to physically put yourself in the kind of posture that will help your spirit fully enter in. And so with that, maybe think about going through your normal Sunday routine. Did you have a normal Sunday routine? Did you make coffee? Did you have your breakfast beforehand, whatever it was, minus the whole hurry up, we're running late part. Maybe that part of the routine you can set aside for a couple of weeks here. But whatever you can do to make this a normal thing that just, it trains our minds, our bodies, and our spirits to enter into worship. I also want to encourage you to gather your family together, especially those of you with the littles. Really gather together. Be together the way that we would, like we would in a worship service. And as much as you can avoid it, no multitasking, doing other things at the same time. Worship is a family activity, and what a unique time that you can really enter into worship together in a powerful way. Often when we gather in person, we have those little busy bags for the kids to be able to keep them occupied. And so maybe there's a game, maybe there's something that the kids can be kind of working on that can help them be occupied during the message. But have it be something that they can work on quietly while the rest of the family is able to fully engage with what's going on in worship. As much as we can keep our focus on what we are gathered to do together, that will, I think, really help our experience. Just another practical thing, the biggest screen that you are able to put our stream on is going to be the best, because that is going to help this to feel real. It will help it to feel like you're really there with one another when it's a little bit bigger. And so think about that, if there's a way that you could get it on your bigger screen. Another one, this one might feel a little strange. I encourage you, we're going to have a couple of songs as part of the stream. Sing out loud and proud. Sing along when we have songs. Yes, it might feel a little strange, but here's the deal. This feels strange for me too, so get over it. I'm kind of teasing on that one, but really what I want to say is, this is going to be a little odd. Everything about our lives is a little odd right now for many of us. But the best thing that we can do to help us fully engage, again, the body leads the mind and the spirit sometimes. And so if you want to fully enter into worship, sing along. Sing out when you hear the voices coming through in the stream. And again, the last thing I'll say is to just lean into the message and to the other things that we have going on. If there's something that is said that really just resonates with you, say amen. Say it out loud as if you were right there in the space. Thinking of you, Tim Tyndall. I just encourage you to find as many ways as you can to engage and do that with your family. Maybe you could make your home into the sanctuary space. Maybe if you're with your family, you could say a prayer before the service begins. And maybe as the service ends, you could say a prayer together. Maybe that's something that you can do. As much as you can, find a way to fully engage yourself in worship. So that's my encouragement for each of us. I'm going to end this video with some walkthroughs of some simple ways to engage with the tool Zoom. So looking forward to seeing you and hearing from you in worship tomorrow. All right, now I am going to show you how easy it is to access our live stream to be able to worship along with us using Zoom. So the first thing to know is that you are able to do this from a computer, which is what I'm showing you right now is my computer screen, or from your phone or tablet if you have a smartphone. But let me go through the computer way first. The first thing you can do this through whatever web browser you would like to do it through. So I am going to open up my favorite, which is Google Chrome. And I'm going to head to vergenneschurch.com/live. When I enter that, that brings me to our church website. The other thing you can do, you could just enter vergenneschurch.com and this banner would be there. And then you click watch live, but I just went straight to the site, vergenneschurch.com/live. You scroll down, or you can click this little arrow button to go down. A little description about what we have going on, and to join on Zoom, you simply click this button. Now, when you click that button, a couple things will happen. You are able to access this meeting without having any fancy application. You can do it right through the web browser. For me, that's Google Chrome. Maybe for you, that's Safari or Microsoft Edge or Firefox, all those different browsers. Right now, this is asking me if I want to open an application. There's an actual application called Zoom that I end up using, and some of you may already have this application. It's asking if I want to do that. I'm going to say cancel for now. You're able to join the meeting or our service without running the application. And so right here, if you cannot download or run the application, join from your browser. So if you don't want to worry about having to download anything, you just click that right here. Now, right now, this is saying, please wait for the host to start this webinar. We won't actually have the live stream running until 9:30. Service is at 10, but we'll get it up and running and kind of working ahead of time. So anytime after 9:30, you'll be able to click there, and it will launch the window of Zoom. So that's literally all it takes to be able to access it on a computer. Once you're in the meeting, it might ask for permissions from your computer to be able to use your microphone. That's going to be important if you want to be able to share any prayer requests with us verbally. But once you're in the meeting, I will talk through what it looks like to engage, how you can access the different things. We will take the time to work through that. If you are going to be accessing this through your phone or through a tablet, it looks just a little bit differently because on a computer, you're able to join the meeting just through the web browser. But on a smartphone or a tablet, you'll have to have the Zoom app downloaded ahead of time in order to connect. And so that's going to be as simple as going to your app store, whatever that is on your phone, however you download apps to your phone. You go to the App Store, you're going to search Zoom. And if you search Zoom, it should pop up. I'll just go ahead and Zoom app iOS. So this would be like if you were on an iPhone. You're going to look for an app that looks like this. So if you see that, Zoom Cloud Meetings, that's the app that you'll want to download on the device. If it was an iPhone or iPad, it'd look like that. If you have an Android, that'd be through the Google Play Store. So once you download that, you'll have that ready ahead of time. So then when you want to go join the meeting through whatever device you're doing it with, you literally just go to our website, vergenneschurch.com/live, you scroll down, and you click Join Worship on Zoom. It really is that simple. So hopefully that should work as seamlessly as that. We've been working to make it as simple as possible, but this is going to be our first Sunday coming up using this new technology. So if there are issues that you run into, we want to know about them. We want to help you figure that out, and we will be fine-tuning this for as long as we need to worship through this way. So if you have any issues, reach out to us at web@vergenneschurch.com. You can send us an email. That's web, W-E-B, at vergenneschurch.com. All right. Looking forward to worshiping with you all.